Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments, for your thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for everything you do to support this channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And I want to shout out North Carolina countryman Raymond, Anthony Pratt, T. Period, Colbert Hunter, Just Trust, Rosebud, and Veronica Smalls. Thank you very much for supporting this channel.
Yeah, nobody talks about how fucking hard it is to work with a bunch of black people. It is so difficult to work with a shift full of black people. It don't matter if you're African, Caribbean, African American. This is the same issue in every group. We are so segregated. We are so fucking divided that it's so sad to witness, and it's so obvious when we come together to work. It's almost like you can it's so hard to explain. And don't let the manager be motherfucking black, because there's gonna be more chaos.
Now, I'm going to operate on the idea that this woman is an immigrant, but she might not be. She says it's so hard to work with a group of black people. Now, what you do in an instance like that is that you get your skills up and make sure your skills are what they ought to be, and then you go and find a job working with somebody else, with some white people or some Asians or some Latinos, and see how that works out for you. Let's suppose for a moment that this woman is an immigrant. She didn't flee Black Americans. She didn't flee Black American culture, and she didn't flee Black American workplaces. She fled her homeland, she fled her government, she fled her economy, and she fled her conditions. She left a place where she fit in but couldn't thrive, and she came to a country where Black Americans spent centuries fighting, bleeding, and dying to create the opportunities that she now enjoys. But somehow, Black people are the problem. Black Americans have been discriminated against on jobs for generations. We've been locked out of industries, denied promotions, underpaid, overworked, and treated as disposable labor. We built entire sectors of this country while being denied access to the same jobs we created. So when an immigrant comes here and says, I don't like working with Black Americans, it's not just disrespectful, it's historically ignorant. Because the truth is, Black Americans fought for workplace rights that immigrants walked right into. Civil rights laws, Black Americans. Anti-discrimination protections, Black Americans. Labor movements, Black Americans. Union organizing, Black Americans. We fought for the door that she walked through. And if she is a Black American, I don't believe she is, but if she is a Black American, she needs to take all of that into consideration. So let's ponder an important question. If Black Americans are such a burden, if working with us is such a challenge, if our presence in the workplace is so unbearable, why not go home? And I'm not saying that with malice. I'm saying it with logic. If you voluntarily left your homeland and you voluntarily came to America and you voluntarily entered a workplace full of Black Americans, then why is the frustration aimed at us? Why is the critique aimed at the people who built the civil rights framework that made your migration possible? Do you know how you even got here? Do you even know who's responsible for your ability to come here and work and have a job with those Black people you're complaining about? And if she's complaining about a Black American being supervisor and being segregated and the Black Americans not trusting them, believe me, it's for a good reason. They have shown their behind enough times to Black Americans that Black Americans are very leery of them for a good reason. So gratitude is what you begin with, no matter what your ethnicity is in this economy. If you have a job in this economy, especially if you're making a decent salary, you should begin with gratitude. And if you are an immigrant, which I believe she is, then instead of addressing the conditions she ran from, instead of acknowledging the instability she escaped, instead of recognizing the opportunities she didn't have back home, she's pointing fingers at Black Americans, because I believe that is what she is doing. Now, if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. But I don't think that she is complaining about the government she fled. I don't think she's complaining about the economy she left behind, such as it was, not the lack of infrastructure she escaped, which, if she's African or Caribbean, there is a lack of infrastructure. No, she's pointing her finger at Black people. And I have a real problem with that, because Black people are not the source of her discontent. She needs to look at what's really the source of her discontent. I was in the workplace for many years and I had Black and white coworkers. But I would never say, well, those white people are so awful. No, it's usually one or two people that you're having a problem with that you need to work things out with or leave alone. It really is that simple. And unless it's the supervisor, if you're having a problem with the supervisor, you need to get that resolved, or you need to move on to another job where you're probably going to have problems with the supervisor there too. But, at least you satisfy yourself that you got away from that place. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Black Americans didn't ask you to come here. Black Americans didn't create the conditions you ran from. And Black Americans didn't force you to migrate. We didn't shape your homeland's politics, economy, or social structure. So why are we the target of your complaints? If you don't like the environment you voluntarily entered, the environment you voluntarily left is still available. And that's the part that these immigrants never want to consider. It never occurs to them that the solution is simple: go home. Black Americans are not the obstacle, and we are not the barrier. We are the reason she has the civil rights that she has in this country. We are the reason that she can have workplace protections. We are the reason she can walk into a job and expect fairness. So if working with us is such a burden, there's a whole homeland waiting with open arms and not a single Black American in sight. Because the simple truth is, if Black Americans are the problem, the solution is to go back to the place where there are none. And that's about as plain as you can make it. Go home where there are no Black Americans and be happy. And don't come back to America expecting it to be something that you made up in your mind that America was. Black Americans are not responsible for anybody's fantasy. And if all of these immigrants would realize that they are not coming to America to be bosses over Black Americans, that slavery really is over, and that white people don't even share power with anybody anyway. Even if slavery wasn't over, they wouldn't share power with them. So everybody just needs to calm the hell down. And if you want to move to another job, move to another job. Move to a job where there are only Latinos, if you can get hired there, or Asians, if you can get hired there, or white people, if you can get hired there, and make the best of your life. Or if you are an immigrant, go home. It's that simple. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.